Who's that guy in that orange shirt? Who must be the fence expert? Who's that guy in that orange shirt? Who must be the fence expert? It's almost time to talk about the fences. It's time to discuss operations and expenses. It's really time to elevate small businesses. It's time for Joe to drop his knowledge. It's relentless. This rhyme of mine is getting a bit ridiculous. So here we go. We're live with Joe. Enjoy the show.
What is up, Fence fam? So good to see you guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but here we are. Caleb, we just wrapped up a great standing university. Would you say? I think it went up really well.
We did. I'm not used to these bright lights. I feel like I'm on stage. But yeah, man, we had a great event. I'm excited. It was fun.
A lot of people showed up.
We're probably all a little bit tired, but it was good. Best ever.
We keep saying that, and it keeps coming true, because the funny thing is, we'll sit here. So we were sitting around last night talking about just the event, kind of doing an event wrap up, and we were like, well, how could we do better than this? I'm like, well, didn't we say that last year? Didn't we say how could we exceed expectations? And then new location that I thought went really well.
Yeah.
Let's have Expo Hall. So I mean, we had a lot of folks over in the Expo Hall. The seminar room, I guess that's maybe what you would call it, where we did all the trainings. It felt larger.
University, yeah, it was good. I like it. I think we need a bigger a bigger boat for next year, though.
I know.
Yeah, it was good, man. We had indoor area, outdoor area, expo hall. We had a covered pavilion where we had a big smoker set up and cooking steaks. So it was a lot of fun.
I think the covered area was a game changer.
We had the space to spread out.
Yeah, I mean, because true to form, I don't know what kind of weather phenomenon follows us around, but we could be here, we could be in Philadelphia, we could be down in Georgia. When we host one of these things, it pours.
Well, that's the last time it's going to do that, though. From now on, it's going to be drought every time we do them. But,
good. I like to hear that.
Enjoy it while it was here.
But the covered area was really nice, and it let you guys show off pre-staining.
Mm-hmm.
This is really the first year you've shown pre-staining hands-on.
Yeah.
So I think that was, we've always, I say always, you've always shown, on-site staining, whether it be we used brushes there in Springfield. We've shown with airless and that sort of thing, but we never really have touched on pre-stain.
It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Had a lot of attention. Had a lot of good attention. Now, got several of the guys a little dirty. They got a little dirty, but I think they left with some really good knowledge.
It's inexperience, so yeah, it's
sure.
when you get 50 people trying to do something for the first time, it happens. But yeah, it's not a bad thing to do.
Well, now they'll always remember it.
They will, and we did it redwood, so it was just as red as could be. So
it was very red.
It was a fun thing for people to see that big wow color change. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, because you could watch them go instantly from like a blonde board. They're kiln dried cedar. So from a blonde board to a really red board in 30 seconds or so it takes to dip one and hang it up.
Yep, it was nice, man. It really was.
So in addition to hands-on training, we had several seminars. The big headliner this year was Tom Reber. I thought him and Derek did incredibly well.
It was fun. Yeah,
walk people through kind of an abridged version of their Shinfu system.
Yeah, and he actually questioned me on average job size, what type of things these guys do. So it was actually tailored to the average stain contractor, which was really cool.
That makes sense, because as I was sitting there, that's exactly what I thought, was that Tom had really dialed I've heard his, not this particular talk, but I've heard him talk before. And it seemed like, this one was really tailored to the audience.
That's the whole idea. Yeah, he did a great job.
And we also had, so yesterday's speaker was Jacob Salem was the keynote yesterday. Jacob did a really good job at teaching people the idea behind setting up sales funnels, which I think sales funnels seem a little bit out of reach to some folks, but sitting and listening to Jacob talk about it, I think it really made sense. The why behind it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and Marcus Sheridan touches on that too. And the funnel is an amazing thing. If the person did this, and this, then they're pretty qualified to do business with us. So that could be they read a blog post on our website. They used our My Salesman tool.
Yep.
They watched a YouTube video, and they signed up for a free ebook on how to know when to stain your fence. And if they've done all these things, they're in our funnel. And if they've checked all those boxes, the likelihood of them purchasing probably goes up substantially.
Yeah, they've shown a lot of interest for a reason. That's probably because they could be a good potential buyer.
Yep.
Yeah, and one thing that Jacob and I talked about a little bit afterwards was following through with that, right? So the thank you email that goes out almost immediately, what it looks like, that sort of thing. I think Jacob's got a lot of good information. And for those of you that were there live, he had a QR code, so he was giving people free access to his training seminar as well. So I thought Jacob's talk was really nice, and we talked about this last night. Sometimes when you go to seminars elsewhere, we're getting ready to go to a social media seminar. We've got some other seminars that we go to. It seems like the speakers give you just enough of a taste to want to go buy their course or buy their coaching or whatever. It seemed like Jacob absolutely gave everyone all the tactical information.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I guess you're talking about social media marketing world. Is that coming up?
Yeah. Social media marketing world is coming up, but I want to be careful because so a couple years ago, there were several speakers that were like that. I think last year, you went with us last year. Not with us, but you were last year.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's specific to that thing, but you got me excited hearing where you were going next.
Yeah.
I think that is, if you're at a real estate seminar, how to buy and flip rental property or whatever. That's pretty much your step 1 and 2. But if you want 3 and 4, you got to pay me big bucks.
I've got a great course. It's just $99, and then you get you access. And then I've got this other coaching course, so we can get you in on.
It goes back from the beginning of time. Remember the cassette tapes? If you sign up today, we're going to give you all 16 of the cassette tapes and the handbook and the VHS.
The first 3 tapes were free.
Yeah.
And then you got to buy the other
Wow.
14 for it to actually make
To be
sense.
continued. Yeah.
But no, I thought Jacob did a great job giving
I did
people
too.
some real tactical advice. So I think overall it went really well. What do you guys think? If you guys are watching and you were live here at State University, let us know what you think or what you thought or what you think, whichever. Let's go back up to the top, say hello. Justin and the boys checked in about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So, Justin, I'm sorry if you're still here. I apologize for the delay. Good afternoon, Nebraska boys on the road in St. Louis. Very good. And then KLB goes on to thank you for both sharing so much knowledge and providing a kick in the rear for us Stain guys.
Yeah.
I think Tom did a really good job with that.
That's the whole idea.
That's kind of Tom's thing, is really kind of bring people's attention to you're cheating yourself, you're cheating your family, if you're not charging enough for your services, that sort of thing. If you're going to be gone all the time from your family but not bring home enough to support them, then what kind of doing everybody a disservice.
Well, nobody started this to lose money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What was it? I put up a quick, I think I put up on TikTok, but there's a quick quote of his when he was saying, listen, I've been broke and I've made a lot of money, and making a lot of money is much better than being broke.
It's the saying, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. Stevie is with us. Good evening, Joe, and all the Fence fam. Good evening, Stevie. Glad you got to join us from across the pond. AJ said, late one over there, mate. 7:30 a.m. here Sunday. Great time for the show. It is a little bit later than normal. Usually we host these things on Saturday at 10 a.m. Central. We had the 2 days of the show, and we had to recuperate a little bit to bring this thing to you guys live. I was glad we were able to set this up. If you guys watched last week, I wasn't really sure if we were going to have a live because I wasn't sure how everything was going to shake out. You guys have had a long week.
It's
you guys
been
have had a busy week.
Yep. And there's a whole studio here in my room here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a light that's shining on me.
Kind of like the sun up there.
Yeah, man. It's a real deal here. It's a real studio setup. So it took a minute to do that.
Yeah. It's all good. And then, so the funny thing is, I'll let you guys in on the technical thing. So we need a capture card that goes from the camera and kind of decodes the information from what you guys are seeing all the way down here to my laptop and then takes it to you guys live. There's a capture card helps basically decode the information and put it into a language that the computer understands. Is that more or less?
That's fair.
That's basically what's happening here. Well, we forgot ours back at the studio.
I forgot it.
Well, listen, I use the Royal We enough when it's not me. We'll keep using the Royal We here. Forgot it back in Springfield. But we knew that. We were like, all right, we need to run to Best Buy and we need to go pick one up. We had time. This morning everyone was recuperating, spending time with family, having breakfast, having a calm, easy morning. Let's run down to Mount Juliet, go to Best Buy. And we did. We picked one up. And then we left it at the Airbnb when we came here. So it was sitting safely at the Airbnb now. So I just
And
jumped
then
in the
when
truck.
I walked up the stairs and you were gone, I said, did Joe had to take off? He said, yeah, he went to go get a cam link. I said, oh, you want one of these? I got one right here.
It was sitting here the whole time.
Yeah.
And
So-
apparently I'm the one that told him to buy one.
Yeah, you told me to get it.
Oh, good. Yeah. So past Braden told him to get one so that
Mhm.
future Braden could have
We
one.
still needed the adapter though. So
Oh, fair.
Yeah. So
We still need the micro HDMI. Okay. Here we are. Everything is plugged in. Everything is
Ready to
working.
go.
But Gregory, Fence, and Dex, it was really good seeing you guys.
Yep.
Hello, Joe and Caleb. Excited to watch the show. Hello, Gregory, gentlemen. Jason Simmons says, enjoyed the classes the past 2 days. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you coming. Steve Shires. Hi, guys. What's up, Steve?
Good afternoon or evening. Good evening.
Evening, yeah. Jonathan says, our team loved the event. Jonathan, I'm glad you guys got to come. It was great meeting your team. Yeah, Jonathan brought a bunch of guys down
He did. There was a lot of shirts.
in the right colors.
They were.
In the right colors. We liked them a lot. AJ said, can someone turn Caleb up a bit, please?
All
Well,
right.
I turned the whole mic up just now. But
the whole microphone's up.
The
So
whole microphone. I will speak up. I've lost my voice this week, so I apologize.
Caleb's done a lot of speaking
I'm
this
in the
week.
dark a little bit too. I need to get me some better stage lights in here.
Don Bedell says, good afternoon.
That's Don Biddle from American
Biddle.
Fence Standing over in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Don. Sorry, we've got family friends that are Bedell's. I think they spell their name that way too, but it's interesting. Different people in different regions. So I apologize, Don. We'll see Don then probably in a couple weeks.
I probably got it wrong.
Well, who knows? It's a 50-50 shot. But we'll probably see Don in a couple weeks. Fence Tech's coming up week after next.
Yeah.
So it's, what's today? Saturday. So yeah, basically 2 weeks and a couple days we'll be back together. And at Fence Tech, Mr. E says, what can I do about my neighbor's ugly fence? It's rotten and awful. Well, replacing it is probably going to be your option. If it's rotten, now you could try to clean it, you could restain it, but that's not going to fix the rot, right? There's products like the Post Saver that would prevent rot, but if rot's already there,
stopping rot is tough.
Yeah. So your replacement is probably going to be your option, Mr. E. Now it's your neighbor's fence, so you're probably going to have to come to an agreement with the neighbor on how to properly do that. But if it's already rotten, Caleb, it's probably beyond restoring and trying to clean and stain.
Most likely, he's probably talking about the ground. Yeah. I have a vision in my head of doing the crocodile hunter for fence and deck maintenance and getting down and moving the grass away and showing the post rot. And probably time for a little repairs.
We had about a half-hour good time with that little theory last night. Idea last night.
Great shows that they used to make.
The fence stain hunter. I think that's what we've got some good story ideas for that. We know this guy, Matt Warner.
Matt, good morning,
Matt.
sir.
Matt says, know your value. That's absolutely the truth. Absolutely. Justin says, it's 2022. In 2022, we increased sales by $75,000. 2023 goal is in 2023 is a $100,000 increase. I think it's doable. And that's the thing that we love. As I say, we as Ozark Fence Company love about fence staining. Margins are pretty good as long as it's applied correctly and you don't spray the Lexus next door and stuff like that.
Well,
margins are pretty decent.
There's something to be said for staying flat too and fixing all the holes in the bucket. You know, if you can increase efficiency.
Yep.
You can make the same revenue and double your money. You know, you never know when you can do stuff like that.
Absolutely. Increase efficiencies. And like you said, if you got a leaky bucket, plug the leaks. It's one thing that we're doing this year. I say this year, this quarter is looking at our P&L from last year and figuring out what expenses could be cut. Because I think any company's got a leaky bucket. You've got expenses out there that seem small. You know, they're just a drip. But when you add them all up,
have your bookkeeper put them on a spreadsheet for you that adds them up at the bottom. To get your attention.
Open your eyes. Yeah. For us, it's software expense. We've got, just all sorts of softwares. There's a lot of softwares we're going to keep. So Matt Warner's here. So My Salesman is a software that makes us money, right? So it saves us money by not having us go out and meet with tire kickers that don't actually end up building fence. So that kind of software that makes us money is obviously still staying with us because it makes us more profitable. But there's a lot of softwares out there that we signed up for a free trial, like on an editing software or something like that we never followed through on, and then
they get you, man.
Yeah. So that's just one of the areas. But no, you're right, the leaky bucket. So one thing I would ask you guys is take a look at your profit and loss statement, or have your bookkeeper look at the profit and loss statement and try to figure out, where are the leaks? The ones that seem like a drip, there's one software that charged us like $9.99 a month, $10 a month. Well, what's $10 a month? Well, if you're not using it, it's quite a lot. It's 100% more than what you need. But you get 4 or 5 of those $9.99 a month. Now they really are adding up at the end of the year. So kind of what we're up to. No Pressure Power Washing says we can't hear Caleb very well. Sorry,
that was before.
That was before. Okay.
Hopefully, I think you should be a bit better now.
Matt Warner says, sounds like My Salesman had a great show. Thanks for everything. I think they did really good. I think Rachel got up there. I thought Rachel did really well. I was chatting with Matt while she was doing it. I said, she's doing great. He said, maybe she's a little nervous. I said, I don't think so. I think she was doing great. And then I was talking to her afterwards, and she goes, oh, man, I was so nervous. I don't think it went well. I think it went great.
I think Rachel has grown so much as a person. I was so impressed in thinking about that. I was like, Rachel is an executive person now.
Yeah.
She is definitely. Yep. Rachel is an executive person now. She has an executive mindset, and it shows. So nice job, Matt, teaching and pushing somebody to do something great.
Yeah, I think a good illustration of that. So she was talking about, the Empire values and the Empire culture before she kind of got into the My Salesman side, which is what, Matt talks about a lot. It's just, if your culture's right, your company's right. And then you'll treat your clients right. A lot of times when Rachel was talking about that, she was using we and us and our. Like she really like that's kind of the executive mindset, right? Is we're all in this thing. This isn't Matt's thing. This is our thing. So, Rachel, good job. I think you did really well. All right. Gregory Fence and Deck said, would it be possible to bring some fence and possibly deck installation training? I would be happy to help in any way we could. We tried that. The problem is, so this conversation came up last night as well when we were just so one of the things we do afterwards is we kind of have a nice, close knit dinner and we talk about what went well and it was areas of improvement, that sort of thing. The problem is there's only 2 days.
Yep.
Right. So there's a finite amount of time. We've done that. We've had some fence installation training. We've also had, some concrete washing and some cleaning type training too. We've done things that are outside, but somewhat related to staying. But it felt like we were trying to cram a lot of instruction into a little bit of time, and it felt rushed, I thought.
Well, we could always do more. So we've just made the decision a long time ago. We were going to stay in our lane for wood care, but we also bring in speakers on marketing and growing your business and things. So, and I think personally, most people want to know a lot of the tactical things, like what sprayer to use, what nail gun to use, whatever. But I think it's probably more important or more beneficial to learn how to do a P&L, learn how to properly price your services, learn those sort of things, how to market to get more business. So we just have always erred on the side of let's bring someone that can teach us tactical stuff on the business side and inspire you, and then let's give them a little hands-on. The way I see it is if you want to be really good fence builder, a really good stainer, a really good craftsman, there's a lot of resources out there that you can figure that out at, and you get to practice that daily in your trade. So if you watch a couple of YouTube videos, pick up some tips, you go to work on Monday, try it, practice it. So
yeah, and there in regards to fence installation, there are a few trainings out there. The AFA puts on an on the road training that does a good job. We went up to the one actually at Matt Warner's place. Gosh, I guess it was 2 years ago now.
It's been a while.
Yeah, but now that we're kind of through the pandemic, I think those are starting up again. But to answer the question, that was one of the things we talked about was we've tried it in the past. Do we bring it back? Do we not? And I think the general thought was if we brought it back again, it would feel really rushed. The one thing I like about how this year went was there was plenty of time in before it got started. There's plenty of time during the event and then after the event to network, to meet with other contractors that were there, to make relationships, to bounce ideas off of. I think if we try to push more training into it, it really takes away from that. Yeah. And that's probably a good percentage of the value of one of these events is meeting other contractors and just networking with them.
You can learn a whole lot in a 5-minute conversation.
Yeah. Well, and you can make an introduction that could change the trajectory of your business, 2 or 3 years down the line too. Just knowing that person, because then you might not think. I've done this before where I'll make an introduction. I won't think anything of it. We'll have a 5-minute conversation. I won't think it applies, and then 2 years later, here I am having that kind of situation. Go, you know what?
Looking some notes.
I met Mr. Greger, and I bet I could reach out and talk to him about this, that, or the other.
Network.
That's right. So we want to leave room in there for that is kind of the answer to this. So, the question being, are we going to try to bring fence installation, deck installation back into it? I don't think this is that event. This event, it would really push too much instruction into that 2 days, and 2 days is plenty, right? That would be the thing. That's the other thing is
it's tough.
Yeah, because it's like this is one thing that Dan and I were talking about yesterday on his podcast was you guys brought your team. You guys brought the whole team. It wasn't like this was the university was running at the same time that your business was running. Your business was there. Mm-hmm. So closing business down for a few more days to try to do it just isn't practical either on your end.
Yeah, and I've got a good team. So they shipped packages, they fulfilled orders, they responded to emails. But it does. It takes a toll. Bam's on the other side of the wall here working still. He come in on Saturday to work. So it takes a toll on your team. And so you gotta kind of weigh those options.
Absolutely. So hope that answers your question. Ashley says, Rachel brought the heat. Absolutely. It was great seeing her, Kelsey, and Casey, and Matt Taryn. Absolutely. And good to meet Taryn.
And those long sleeve My Salesman shirts, man, the
They are
green
sharp.
checkered ones. Oh, those are nice
Sharp,
shirts.
very sharp,
Yep.
very good looking. No, it was good to meet everyone at my sales team, including Taryn. We met Taryn, talked to him a little bit. I say Braden and Taryn talked a lot about technology and about, so Taryn's coming on to the My Salesman team, the Empire team, to work on their videography, editing, that sort of thing. So it was really good to meet him. Rachel did bring the heat. I thought she did great.
She has grown. She's really grown.
Yeah,
She's
it was
really grown.
surprising. I guess like we're our own worst critics. But it was really surprising to talk to her as she came off the stage. She's like, "Oh man, I don't think that went well."
Mhm.
Were you watching the same one that I watched? Because I thought it went really well.
I think it's the confidence that I noticed. Her confidence level is different.
Yeah,
it's a different level of confidence. So
absolutely. Front Rock Fences. Hey guys from Front Rock Fences, what is up? Wish I could have celebrated my birthday yesterday with you guys. So do we, but it's understandable. It's understandable.
Yep.
So we need the border to lift restrictions for us Canadians.
hey,
Well,
we had Canadians.
Yeah, I was here.
Yeah.
Mr. Al Martin was here, so I wonder how that worked out.
So I can tell you I think if you fly from Canada to the United States, you have to have a vaccine.
Okay.
But if you drive into Canada and then get on an airplane in America and fly, you can go anywhere you want without a vaccine. So there's some border wars going on there with, with the leadership of our two nations. And so there is ways around it. Just drive down, man.
Yep. Come on down and see us. You know this guy, Fence Vlogs. What's up, Jeff? What's up, fellas? It was nice meeting both of you at San Seal University. Absolutely. It's great to meet you. We took some pictures and I hope to see those up soon. Maybe I think you recorded some content while he was there.
Did he do a vlog on staining? If you did, please send it to me. I want to see it.
Yeah, I think when he was leaving, he and I were talking about how he had gotten some content. So hope to see that soon.
Awesome.
Mr. E says, what's a good protection against lawn fertilizer? The True Green guy always sprays the fence. Well, a good stain would be a good protection, right? So if it were stained. So, well, what's your answer, Caleb?
Well, I don't know what they're spraying.
Yeah.
But sometimes when we see stuff from lawn fertilizers, it's usually like an iron stain. Yep. And that could happen, and that could react with an acid. So if you take iron, like steel wool, and acid like vinegar or oxalic acid, combine them, it could stain wood, turn it gray.
Sure.
But there's some things that the lawn guys use that acid will get rid of. So the best way to is probably a big stick.
Just chase them off.
Yeah.
Chase them off. Just chase them off.
Yeah. So probably education. Probably the best thing to do would be somebody like myself to call True Green Corporate and say, hey, there is a pandemic. I'm not sure if you're aware of, but your product goes on wooden fences and it can stain them. And I'm sure they know that happens because they get calls. What could we do? What could we do, or what could we offer them to work with that? But yeah, I don't know the answer. I mean, I think it comes down to it's going to come down to, and bug guys are the same way, but it's going to come down to company culture.
Yep. Well, and like you said, education.
Yeah.
There might not be an understanding at the ground level.
Yeah.
With the applicators, just about what they're doing and how it can be harmful. We helped a guy out. So talking about iron and oxalic acid, we helped a guy out who actually he was an independent applicator, and he was spraying the Slade's yard, and the bottom of the fence had a dark gray. You could tell he tried not to get the fence, but he got some overspray on it. Oxalic acid worked out well for that. We had pre-wet it, applied it, rinsed it. We let it dwell and then rinse it. Came off pretty well. But you'd want to spot test that though. So that would be, well, you'd ask for good protection, not a good cleanup. But for protection, I think the best protection probably is just a really good quality stain.
Yep. Yeah, that would help.
Do you guys watch Naruto? Do you know what this is?
Yeah,
that is spam.
Huh?
Got it.
Actually, no, you don't. It's an anime.
Oh, the answer is no. I'm sorry, I don't. As soon as I clicked that, I was like, I wonder if Braden saw this comment or not. This one seems safe. Making All Things New said, I absolutely loved it. Let's do one in Waverly, Nebraska. I'll bring ribs. Waverly's a great place.
If we're going to Waverly, I want Warner beef. Warner beef.
I mean, that's the thing. That's Matt and his team cooked up steaks for us that day, that evening that we were up there for training. It's pretty good. Now, being from Missouri, we also produce steaks, so I don't think I'm allowed to say it was the best steak I've had. As a Missouri, I might lose my Missouri citizenship over that. But it was pretty nice.
We raised beef too, Joe, and I will say it was good beef.
It was good. It was good beef. Very good beef. I think we're allowed to say that without losing our state citizenships here. I like that idea. Steve Shire says, any chance of news on the new sander?
I'm not sure if you're talking about the Terrassen Blitz from Germany, but no, we've not heard anything on that. There was a sander that was demoed at our event. It was a circular sander.
Yeah.
And we saw it demoed on eBay, an exotic hardwood. It looked like it did a good job.
Yeah.
I think so. Like it did a good job. I don't know if the one complaint I would have is it looked heavy. It looked very heavy. And
getting it upstairs.
Yeah, so that could be a concern, but you could take it apart. The handle separated from the wheels, separated from the body. So interesting.
Yeah, I'd want to see it. So it was on eBay, which is a really, really hard wood. I think I'd want to see it maybe on just a variety of woods to see. But on the eBay, I thought it looked great.
It burned right through that eBay, which is hard stuff.
Hard to do. No pressure power washes, as Rachel was awesome. I agree. Here's the problem. If we keep saying this, though, then she's going to turn into a rock star and she won't hang out with us anymore.
She probably will.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But she did do really well. We're not supposed to say that. Okay. Greetings from Jackson, Tennessee. What's up, Kenny's over in Jackson? Was great seeing you guys, along with the other podcasters, stainers, builders, washers, painters. Met a lot of new faces and had some great conversations with everyone. I agree. I think the crowd, it was a nice mix in that crowd because you saw just anything. You saw obviously all walks of life as far as the trades go. But I think we saw a nice mix of everyone from someone who was thinking about starting a staining company or thinking about offering stain to someone that's been doing it for years and everything in between.
Yep.
Front Rock Fence says we were denied 3 weeks ago because we didn't have the shot through the land border. Oh, they were denied through the land border. Interesting.
Well, I know some folks who come right through without having to show anything. So.
Yeah, maybe it depends where you're going.
Come to America.
Justin says a big stick does wonders. A big guy holding a big stick does even better.
Yeah,
I could imagine
his arm is this long and this big around at the wrist and this big around at the shoulder.
Yeah, can you imagine Justin holding a big stick? I would just no, thank you. I'll go fertilize the next yard. All right. So talking about event recap, we had 2 days. We had a couple hundred people were registered to come. I don't know that we actually got a head count. That room was full. We
had 260 chairs, something like that.
260 chairs, and there was people standing in the back.
Yeah. So it was fun, and it was good. It was all wood care people. There was fence builders, there were power washers, there were painters, but they were all there interested in wood care. So it was really cool. We gave everybody a really cool book. Let me grab one. So we made this really cool book. So we do a PowerPoint presentation every year. And we got all these cool pages in the book that you can see. Talks about who we are and all these opportunities in the wood business and staining and bidding and all that. So if you want one, let us know and we'll get you one. You
want to do a giveaway on that?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this. How many do you want to give away? We got to set some guardrails on this to get out of control. You want to give 5 away?
Let's give 5 of them.
5 away. So let's do hashtag Staining University. Enter hashtag Staining University. The first 5 get a brochure. Now listen. So it's the first 5 on any platform. So we'll be able to see as they come in. We've got timestamps. So the first 5, no matter whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. Hashtag Staining University gets you the first 5 get a free booklet.
Bidding fences, bidding decks, bidding log homes, wood restoration, pre-staining, a lot of stuff in here. This is just basically to give you an idea of the opportunity, give you some quick numbers, how to do the calculations on the bidding and products to use, equipment to use, how to clean up messes if you make them, a little bit about safety, Get known about the app. Get known is basically how to get business, how to go knocking on doors, how to find out those things, and then a contact us page, and that's it. But it's just a great, here's the opportunity. If you're interested, take it.
So first 5 get that. You also had some of those other books, didn't you? For Mr. Reber.
Yes.
So we'll sweeten the deal. First 5 not only get a Standing University, which I'm taking some of these home for our guys, and so we also sell material to some contractors in our area. So the first 5 get Standing University, but also get one of Tom Reber's new books, Winning the Contractor Fight by Tom Reber. I've got several of these I'm taking home for our guys, but I think this is going to be a must read. It looks like it's a pretty straightforward read. Listen, I'm a contractor, so if I see a big, thick book and then I open it up and the font needs like a microscope to look at, I generally put that thing back. I'm probably not going to read. I'm probably going to audiobook that thing. I think this is very approachable for a good read. I had scanned through it while he was talking. I think anyone's going to understand exactly what he's talking about.
Right here, I just flipped open and it says gross profit pays your overhead in the final or net profit. The higher your gross profit, the easier your financial life. Let's use our hardwood floor estimate from above and price the job to make 50% gross profit. The total cost to the contractor is $16,100. That is what we are estimating it will take to do the job right without any issues. Take our proposed job cost and multiply by 2, then sell it at that price or more. So 16,100 times 2 is 32,200, and that's just giving you an example of a 50% gross profit. So It's a cool book, man. This is there's some stuff in here. This probably can save. Some people will go 20 years in business and not know these things.
Yeah, I think this is foundational knowledge for any business. I mean, we're running a business. Me and my family are running a business that we've had since 1955. And I got involved with Tom back in, I want to say 2016, 2017, and he absolutely supercharged our business. I don't get paid by Tom. I don't get a commission from Tom, but I'm telling you that.
Get rid of the shadows.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm telling you that Tom did good things for our business. I think he will for you too. So hashtag Standing University book or Standing University 101 book, as well as one of Tom Reber's books. We'll get it sent to you. Front Rock Fence he is number 1. He's the first commenter, so he'll be getting both of those. Let's talk about what we've got coming up. So we've got, like I said, in 2 weeks and 2 days, we're going to be over at Fence Tech in Oklahoma City.
Yep, it's going to be a big show.
Now, your guys' booth is going to be pretty easy to find.
We got the biggest booth we've ever had. I'm excited. We're going to be right next to Matt Warner, so you'll be able to listen to the call of the Wild, and you'll know right where we are.
Yeah, if you're anywhere on the trade show floor and you're wondering where Caleb is, just listen very closely, and you'll hear a woo off in the distance, and just follow the woos, and you'll probably get pretty close.
Woo! We were at the Huge convention this year.
Oh yeah,
and I told somebody, I said, "Hey man, I heard Matt Warner was here. He just called me a few minutes ago, and he said he was here." And as soon as I said that, from the other side of the room, I heard woo, and it was perfect timing. So yeah, Fence Tech is going to be good. It's Oklahoma City.
Yep.
Next year will be Nashville. Can't wait for Nashville,
Yeah.
but. Yeah, we've got a totally different booth set up this year.
Right next to the AFA booth, is that right? Or right across from AFA booth?
Yep. AFA, Unlimited Sports Solutions.
Yep.
And My Salesman, we're right on the main aisle. So you walk right in, you can't miss us.
That's awesome. I like that.
And you've got, I think both Matt and I both will have places for podcasting and things like that the whole time. So that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah.
So you guys will find me on Thursday at the My Salesman booth. I'll be interviewing some industry professionals. I don't think that we've released the names of who we're interviewing yet, but they're big ones. They're names that if you know that who's who in fencing, these probably sound familiar. But what's interesting is there was a name or two in this list that I wasn't sure who they were. I just hadn't met them or been introduced. I did a little digging, and I was pleasantly surprised. Wow. There's some big names on this list. There's also some names that everyone knows from social media that will also be interviewed. So it's a pretty good mix.
Awesome.
I'll be there Thursday. Wednesday, I'll be at the Nationwide booth. And then Friday, I'll be hanging out with you guys at the our Expert Professional Wood Care products. I keep wanting to call you guys the other name, but at Expert Professional Wood Care on Friday for sure. But I'll be there. I'll be there throughout the week.
Yep. I'll be speaking, I believe, Tuesday.
Okay.
It's Tuesday at 4:00. I've got a class, whatever you want to call it,
Seminar.
but seminar called Wood Care After the Installation.
Oh,
And so I want to talk about that, and maybe how some fence guys can get some.
This is a little bit of what we talked about at the university.
Yeah. So just, a lot of fence guys just running on old knowledge. So we want to try to give them an updated view of what wood care is for fencing, and show them how that they maybe can add some revenue to their business and add recurring revenue to their business.
That's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
The recurring revenue is the big piece of this. And I don't want to steal your thunder. So if you guys weren't able to attend Standing University this year and you are going to be at FinSec, you need to show up to Caleb's seminar Tuesday afternoon. But recurring revenue is the big piece of this pie. It is great for your business. I'll say this, it's great for your business today and in the future, no matter what you want to do with it, right?
Build value to your company. Yes.
Yeah. So check that out. So Tuesday afternoon, be doing seminar on that.
Yep.
Trade show opens midday Wednesday. So somewhere around noon. I think if it's like New Orleans, I believe it was right at noon it opened up. So trade show opens up Wednesday, open all day Thursday, and then I think it's open until like noon on Friday.
Oh, cool.
You guys, are you bringing the big bucket?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe? Okay. When I say big bucket, people, this is the biggest stain bucket I've probably ever seen in my life. How many gallons is that thing?
At least 500.
At least 500. It's a big. Even Justin can't put his arms around it. That's how big it is.
Yeah, not even close. Yeah.
So we got Standing University coming up. It's going to be a good one. We've got a lot going on during the day. There's always a lot going on in the evening. So if you see one of us, come up and say hello. The week after that we go to San Diego?
We have a week in between.
There's a week in between. So 2 weeks is FinSec, and then 2 weeks after that is going to be Social Media Marketing World. I don't know where my head's at today, but it's going to be Social Media Marketing World. So if you guys are interested in social media marketing, there's probably still tickets, I guess. But Caleb, you went last year.
I forgot all about it. I'd love to go again. I'd love to take Will with me too. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's probably still tickets available.
San Diego again?
Yeah. It's always in that same convention
I wouldn't
center.
mind being in San Diego right now.
It will be nice. Pretty nice. So this year we actually got an Airbnb.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We found an Airbnb that were a few blocks away. That's what I was just thinking. I wonder
how many rooms Joe's got.
Yeah, we'll look this up. So Sarah, I think I booked it, but Sarah found it. I gave her kind of the criteria of what we were looking for. So I'll check and see what it is. But yeah, we had a good time last year. It's along the same lines where there's a bunch of seminars during the day. They've got a lot of room in the middle, like for lunch, but also to interact. And then everyone kind of goes out into the gas lamp quarter there and meets each other and continues to network. We had a pretty good time. We found a cigar shop. That was a pretty good time.
Yeah. Well, you can learn a lot that you can bring back to your business.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a content creator, which I'm really not.
Sure.
So I went there and I picked up a lot of stuff that I was able to use.
Absolutely. Well, and Sarah goes. So Sarah technically runs like residential sales and operations for us, but bringing her also gives her that perspective of, this is kind of what we're looking for. This is how I can help contribute to the marketing of the business, which is really what you want. I think a lot of businesses have like a marketing department, but unfortunately that marketing department can get siloed away from the rest of the business. Their mission is marketing, bringing in leads, whatever. But I think the more of your core team you can involve in that marketing effort, the better. The message seems more authentic, maybe.
Yeah, authentic's a good word. And it's so nice to have a marketing team as part of it, tight knit and close with the family. So
yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So Social Media Marketing World, check it out. If you guys are going into San Diego to see that, let us know. We can pal around and grab dinner one evening, that sort of thing. Us contractors need to stick together, sort of thing. Actually, in Social Media Marketing World, I don't even remember which one it was now. It was actually where I got the inspiration to start this YouTube channel. So you can do big things in your business. All right, let's see. So Cruz says, great event, great speaker lineup. The Goliath team appreciate the opportunity to attend. Cruz, appreciate you guys coming.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you.
Structure to Grow, we know this guy, says legends. Brad, it was good seeing you as well. I'm going to get you in touch with Braden because there's like a whole drive going on full of the media that was recorded at the event. So those of us that were recording content and media can share it and create content from it. So we'll be getting you in touch with Braden over here. Someone calls you Young Braden. I'm trying to remember who it is.
Dan Wheeler.
Dan Wheeler, Young Braden. I kind of like that.
Yeah, Jamie.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Steve Shire says, huge week for you guys. As historic week for us in the UK. Thank you all at Expert Professional Wood Care. We are so happy to finally have the products here. Big news.
Come true. Yeah, dream come true. That's awesome.
We were talking about this last night too, just about how big of an opportunity this is. It's a win-win on both sides. I think I would hazard a guess this is going to be really good for everyone, including those in the market that they serve there in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, our goal is to make a product you can make money with, and you can give a good product to your customer while making money, obviously, and support your family with something that's good. And the UK apparently is missing products like what we make, so we're happy to be the ones to send them over there, and happy to be partnered up with these guys that are actually good people that are in the business. It's not some conglomerate that is full of marketers and salespeople that have no idea about wood. These are guys that are in the trenches, and they have the network there to do it. So I'm excited. I can't wait for maybe the two of us to go over there. And
we were literally talking about that before this thing went live. That would be incredible. Absolutely.
Well, it can be done. So, you guys over there, Steven, you guys just say the words, and we'll start setting that up.
Putting some planning together. That would be great. And that's so part of what we were talking about, Steve, is that just how exciting it is. So Caleb touched on this. At least here in the States, there's companies that do a lot of business simply by marketing. They don't really have an exceptional product. They have an exceptional marketing team. But it sounds like Steve and them are focused on finding exceptional products for their customers. I mean, marketing them well. I don't want to take away from that, but it's kind of the flip side of the coin, right? We're going to offer an exceptional product that will speak for itself rather than having to have a marketing company push a certain product.
Right. And when we go, I want to rent a Land Rover Defender.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Steve, if you can set that up, I need a Defender. We don't have those here.
Cruising through the countryside.
Or maybe a diesel Land Cruiser would be okay.
I saw, and I don't know how off the beaten path we're getting here with this idea, but where was it? I watched a YouTube video, I think, of like there's a pretty nice course you can go. I think it's like a 3-day trek or 4-day trek you can take through. You can like circle the UK basically.
I would love to do that.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be fun?
That would be a dream for sure. All right, we're starting to put this together. Steve, say the word. AJ says Stadium University. You got it. Coming to you. So AJ is going to get both the Stadium University book and the Tom Reaver book.
One's gone, so 5 more.
2 are gone.
2 are gone.
Yeah,
okay.
Front Rock Fences also is on the board with that.
Braden, if you can get the information to us, we will fulfill it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get it sent out.
That'll work. Charles says, got a bunch of gold nuggets and can't wait to start implementing them and see where it will take us. Absolutely, Charles. Charles, let's do this. What if you could give us one golden nugget? What would you say your biggest takeaway was? That was one thing we did in Springfield. We didn't do here was talk about people's takeaways.
We're gonna poll everybody.
Oh, I like it.
We will do a poll and we'll share that with you. But
yeah.
I'm curious to hear what he's got to say.
I mean, as a speaker, I always want to know. You know what I mean? Like, how could I have been better? Like, what could my message been tailored better? Was there information I left out? That's why I always try to tuck a Q&A at the end. That way, if I've forgotten something, hopefully give someone a chance. But yeah, let us know what your key takeaways were, and if there was a question that maybe went unanswered that you had.
Yep.
Justin, you saying Rachel's diva status kind of gives Rachel diva status, I feel like. So we're not going to say that. We're actually going to take that down. And Justin, don't say that anymore. No, I I thought it went well,
These
but
keyboard warriors, man.
I know. Who are these people?
Joe will tell anybody anything through the camera there. I don't know if he'd say that to Justin in person.
Oh, no. The only reason I'm saying that, because I know Justin's at least in St. Louis, so he'd have to turn. It'd take him several hours to get back here to me. Now, when I see him next time, it might not be great, but all right. So yeah, Charles, what was a big takeaway? If you guys are watching, well, and Justin also. So if you guys are watching, I had a chance to attend. What was your key takeaway? What would you say was your biggest takeaway? And what is one thing, like I said, one question that you felt might not have been answered? Because I think that would be helpful as well to say, hey, if we have kind of a similar thing, then similar question we can include next time. What are you chuckling about?
Justin's comment.
Oh no.
Rerouted to Springfield.
Well, well, Justin, we won't be there for many days. Many days. We might not.
Going straight to San Diego.
Yeah, we might just go. Yeah, straight to San Diego. We're skipping FinTech altogether. We're just going to start driving now for San Diego. And I probably won't be back there ever again. I will probably move my family now. And I won't tell anyone where we're going. Actually, this place looks pretty good. I might just hold up here.
Start wearing blue.
I'll go undercover for sure. But yeah, I think it went well. Braden, this was your first year. What were your thoughts on the event?
And I'm not a stain guy, obviously, but I don't know if this can pick me up very well. But I really liked it a lot. I thought it was well done. The pacing was good. I think there's a good amount of like actual demonstration with the outside stuff, but then a lot of good knowledge. I enjoy the stuff that's inside it. I can kind of take away even if it's not directly related to me. So I thought it was. I mean, all the speakers were great, and I learned new stuff. It was cool. Everyone was super chill. People had questions for me, video related, and I actually was able to answer them. It was. I liked it a lot. The atmosphere was good.
Awesome.
I like it too.
Awesome.
Yeah. To recap what we did, I don't know if we did that. We stained a deck. Let's start with the cleaning. We cleaned a really old deck.
Yeah.
We cleaned a Brazilian hardwood deck.
Yeah.
We stripped a small deck of water-based solid stain. We sanded a deck with a cool deck sander. We then stained a brand new deck that had with railings and with metal railings as well as wooden railings. So that was a demo there. We stained about 50 feet of privacy fence.
Yep.
And we did a pre-stain job. We pre-stained 100 fence pickets.
Yep.
Red, and we did that in just a few minutes. And I think that was about all the hands-on. Looked at a lot of equipment. We had some great vendors. The Power Wash store came and set up to both. Well, I don't think Graco showed up. I think it was just Titan. Titan sprayers showed up. Lexington Paint showed up, which make a great fence paint. Of course, Expert Wood Care was there. Tom Reber showed up. Mm-hmm. Dan Wheeler was there. The Fence Workers Association was there. My salesman, the company that makes that deck sander, was there.
Yep.
And who else?
I like that you had your chemist there.
Yeah. Our chemist was there, and he was walking around. He said, "What do you want me to wear?" I said, "Freaking lab coat, man. Come on."
Obviously.
Yeah. So he was going around, and basically I challenged everyone there to say, "Hey, ask him questions. Tell him about new things you want. Tell him what would be better." It's important to learn from our people that use our products, what they want and what they need. And if they've got a problem, let us know, and we can work on that. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like the expo portion because this was the first year for them.
Yeah.
Right. So in the past, there's been tables like in the seminar room, but this was the first year with the new location. They could have their own dedicated area. I thought that was really nice. You could have conversations over there. Mm-hmm. I thought, it was nice seeing like all the power washing equipment there too.
Yeah, it's sort of related, and then I thought the podcasting area was cool too. I think they were running podcasts the whole time. Yeah. So Dan was there. Dan Blanc from My Fence Life. Dan Wheeler, Fence Industry Podcast. So a lot of cool people there. You were there.
Yep, I was there.
And apparently quite a few other content.
Jeff Graff was there. Fence Vlogs, he was there. So there was, and then there was oh man, I shouldn't have said this if I didn't remember his name. There's a gentleman there that does painting vlogs. Like he's got a painting YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
As well.
Yep.
So we sat and talked about YouTube content for a little bit. Yeah. It's neat to see the content production coming on. The social media content production coming online. Just you get all these different perspectives. I think it helps the industry as a whole.
Well, and people are realizing that it's a way to build trust with your audience.
Yeah.
If not to, and when I say your audience, I mean the people who are going to hire you to paint their house.
Yep.
build their fence, to stain their fence. You build trust by showing who you are, showing you're real, and just showing what you do.
Well,
I think that's really cool.
yeah, they get to meet you before they meet you,
Mhm.
right? They get to meet you virtually and kind of get a sense for who you are, what you're offering, who your company is before you even knock on the door. Which, as part of the story I share, is we started creating content on our YouTube. I say our Ozark Fences YouTube page, and then one day, what cemented it for me was I knocked on this lady's door, and she opened the door and she said, "Well, you're the guy from Facebook." I said, "Well," I said, "What's that?" She goes, "The videos I've been watching. You're the guy from Facebook." I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah, that's me." And I told a little joke, and we went around to the back of the yard, and I said, "Now here's something that's a little bit different. We offer cedar materials on steel posts. It's a lifetime warranty." And she said, "That's right. That's actually the video that I watched you. I want cedar materials because they're not going to warp or twist." And she started parroting back to me
Yes,
the things I said in the video.
exactly.
And in that moment, I was like, "Oh, I get it. I'm not here to educate her. She's done that part. I'm just here to measure it and give her a budget and see if it works for her budget."
Well, back in the day, it was blogs.
Yeah.
You got on your website and you wrote a blog, the top 10 things about, why you should use the Postmaster Post. And you would write it on your blog and people would go read that. Well, today it's just video. It's the same thing. It's just video.
That's right. I mean, because video gives you a whole different depth of it too. You can actually see it. You can see how it's installed. You can see it explained a little bit better than the blog. It's like a 3D version of a blog.
I want to go to social media marketing world now that we're talking about this, to learn about AI.
Yeah.
I am so interested in what that's going to do and what that's going to change.
Yep. So that's like a whole, I've been listening to these podcasts about it. So Chat GPT is kind of it's OpenAI's public offering. But now they're saying, it'll write a blog post for you. It'll write a screenplay for you.
I did an experiment because I've been listening to these things and it performs really well or whatever. So I said, write me a social media post in the voice of Caleb Roth from Stain and Seal Experts of the top 10 productivity hacks for staining and wood care contractors. Boom. I copied it, put it right into social media. You may have seen that if you follow me. It got more interaction, more likes, more shares than anything I've done in 6 months.
Really?
And I thought, I'm going to go on vacation. But obviously it probably is sustainable, but it's not real, and real is important, but it just goes to show what can be done.
Well, and what they're saying too is, so Google crawls the blogs to then rank different pages and recommend it. So what they're saying now is it'll know if Chat GPT wrote a blog, with 90% confidence. And so then what it'll start doing is when it returns these, return with an asterisk. May have been written by artificial intelligence or something like that. Yeah. So we say this a lot, but it's a crazy time to be in just the social media world. Yeah. But it's huge. So, and that's going to be, I've gotten a couple emails from social media market world talking about how that's going to be. So last year, the kind of revolving theme was crypto and, Web 3.0.
That just seems like it just went away.
I know. The crash really kind of put the kibosh on it, at least put the brakes on it. But it sounds like this year's revolving theme is going to be AI in general and, chat bots, that sort of thing. Yeah. Because that's where this is going to, is this artificial intelligence. They'll create chat bots that you supply it with all of your commonly asked questions and answers, and then it will just respond for you. So rather than say, the standard canned responses, it will actively think about the responses and say it in a tone that sounds a lot like you're saying it. It's going to be nice to watch.
I've seen content creators take all their YouTube and put it into AI and then say, hey, I want to create a piece of content, write me an article, and it writes it, and then they put it into the AI, and it will literally be you. It will make your mouth move, and it's your voice that's speaking just like you were there and did it.
Really?
I've seen YouTube videos where people are talking about AI and going through all the things they can do, and at the very end they say, in this video, it was created completely with AI. And it's a person sitting there talking, and he never did it. Pretty crazy. So you never know. I mean,
it put me out of a job.
Well, You could have the president of the United States come on your YouTube channel and do a sales pitch on whatever tennis shoe brand that you might be selling for the day. So
go either way.
It's very interesting. They're calling it deep fakes or whatever. So
yeah,
just curious how that works. But also companies are using it for training their team members. So if you've got core values or you got procedures in your company, you can get a robot that looks like a nice man or woman wearing a suit in a background doing it. Hey, this is how we invoice a customer. This is how we create a work order. This is how we do this. And you can put all your training information there and make everybody watch it. And you don't have to have a production team to set up the lights and the camera and everything. You just put it in and it does it for you. So that's pretty cool.
Interesting. So, and that gets to where, so one of the things I talk about, so following the Marcus Sheridan, they ask you answer, which for you guys should be foundational knowledge for creating social content. But that's kind of interesting for that in that, well, actually this comment came in here. Let's see. Charles said the video content's uncomfortable for everyone. You just need to do, so this is what's his golden nugget. The video content is uncomfortable for everyone. You just need to do it to get better, and do more lives makes it more authentic. It's more authentic. So, and this could be, I don't have any idea how that works, but if someone's not comfortable in front of camera, maybe this is part of that, is them feeding in their questions and their answers and I don't want to say their voice because it's the AI speaking, but their responses in their own words. And maybe that helps with some of this.
You never know.
Justin says his nugget was knowing his value is make my work worth, knowing the why, implementing where, what, who, why with live videos. Mm-hmm. Huge takeaways. Absolutely huge takeaways. Cruising back up here. Sorry for that pun. Cruz says, we had a lot of takeaways from the event, but the citronella really has got wheels turning with ideas. We'll be in touch. Mm-hmm. The citronella is strong stuff. It is strong. When you walk into the expo building, you smell that citronella.
I was just one little tiny sliver of wood, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have opened some up in here.
Well, we haven't invented smell-o-vision yet. But if we could get that smell straight to you, you just sell all of it. Yeah. No, but we do. So you had asked me during the event if we spray. We spray about once a month through the summer, just to keep bugs out of the yard and keep the kids from getting mosquito bit, that sort of thing. But then the neighbors invariably always come around like, "What are you doing over there? Did you spill a citronella candle? Like, what'd you do?" Like, no, it's just some stuff we apply to our yard. Do you have a service to it? Then this gets kind of into your
Joe's
talk.
Going,
yeah,
maybe.
If I were to sell this, what would this be worth to you, Mr. Customer? But yeah, no. But that smell is very distinctive.
It's a pleasant smell that makes your backyard uninviting to termites. Yeah, carpenter bees, maybe mosquitoes and ticks too.
Yeah, that's the thing. So when I say
keep going.
When I say I spray for like biting insects, that's my personal experience. I'm not speaking for the brand of the product. I'm just saying that's why we apply it. But one guy's experience, it works pretty decent at it. The untested results are my kids have less mosquito bites when they come in from playing. So it's probably okay, but it hasn't been tested in research facilities or anything. All right. Let's see. So
here's the new and improved, and it has been tested in research facilities.
Okay.
New and improved. That one does it all.
When you say does it all,
mosquitoes,
flying
ticks,
insects,
termites, fleas, carpenter bees, wasps.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't slap you in the face either. You know what I mean?
It's a strong smell, but it's a blend. It's quite a few blends. So
future offering here.
That
works.
Is the product.
This is what's available right now.
No.
Okay.
That is what is coming.
That's
2.0.
Got it. If you guys had smell-o-vision, I would just waft this towards you. It's pretty good.
What a cool camera. Check that out.
Yeah.
It zooms, it focuses. Hey, Braden, you want to smell it?
Sure.
You want to smell my wood? I mean, a piece of wood.
I don't know that I did.
And that was our last show on YouTube. That was how we got thrown off the platform.
It actually smells really good. So what's different about it? Can you say?
Well, yeah, it's a blend. It's a blend of oils instead of just one oil.
Instead of just citronella. Okay.
Yeah.
That is good. That is really good. Let's see. So Citronella. So watch for Citronella 2.0. Is there a roadmap for that, or is it still kind of in early production or early testing?
It's just this was my first final to test. To say here it is, it's done. This is the formula. Go play with it if you want, and then we'll start bottling it right away. So yeah, probably by March.
Near future.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's coming.
So in the next month or so, watch out for news for the 2.0 version.
Yeah, we're really looking for a good name for it right now. So as soon as I get a really good name, I got one in mind, and I don't know if it's silly or not, but Mandy come up with Repellinella.
Oh,
it's a crazy name, but the more I hear it, the more I say it, the more I like it.
Repellinella. That's good. That's good.
It's not a bad.
But before you say that word very much more, you ought to get it locked down. I'm just.
Could you have Front Rock either email? I have no way to contact him because I have comments off.
All right, Front Rock Fences. If you could, if Braden is getting ready to drop my email or our email address in the comments. If you could email me your shipping information, because you are getting a Staining 101 book as well as Tom Reber's book. If you guys are watching and you haven't gotten one yet, comment below #Staining University, and we will get you a copy of the Staining 101 book as well as the Tom Reber book. Justin says, we also learned not to ask Justin to stain a deck. I must not have been out there for that part. Did Justin have an oopsie with a deck?
No. Also learned not to ask Justin to stain a deck.
Maybe Justin learned that he's not going to ask himself to stain a deck.
I don't know. I helped Justin. We knocked that deck out in just a little bit.
Okay.
20 minutes, we stained a deck.
Yeah.
I think you give me and Justin a week of working together, we could do some damage.
I bet that's right.
We could get some jobs done.
He's really driven. Gregory's Fence Index says one gold nugget was 50% gross profit. Do y'all use QuickBooks? Absolutely. We've been doing books on paper, but as we grow, we're needing something better and more efficient. Yeah. I personally, we use QuickBooks. Ozark Fence, that is. Well, all the companies use a version of QuickBooks. Ozark Fence uses QuickBooks Online. Ozark Wireworks uses QuickBooks Manufacturing. It's a desktop version. Do you guys have?
We've always had desktop version of QuickBooks that's networked online, so we can all see it from different places.
Nice.
And we are moving to Odoo ERP program, and we're kind of running parallel right now till we can get completely
sure. Yeah. But Gregory Smith and Dag, Mr. Gregory, I think you guys would do well with QuickBooks
all the way, 100%.
QuickBooks Online. The reason we use desktop on the manufacturing is the manufacturing version just has some features that online doesn't have. But for an installation company that's just starting out using it, I don't think the extra cost of doing the networked version of it probably isn't necessary for you guys. We still run our Ozark Fence books off of QuickBooks Online. So it's got as you grow, it's got a few limitations that you learn to work with and work around. But you should definitely check it out. Front Rock Fence says, can anyone play that guitar behind Caleb? Caleb can play that guitar behind Caleb. He was strumming the strings just a little bit ago. Pretty good at it too.
Got to have an office guitar.
Maybe you could strum some for us on the way out. Charles says, I'm not going to try to sing this. I'm horrible at karaoke, but yeah, can you smell that smell? Michael Raber says, #Staining University. So Michael will be getting a copy of the Staining 101 book, also a Tom Reber book, the Tom Reber book. So Braden dropped in our contact information here. So Braden at thefenceexpert.show or Joe at thefenceexpert.show. Send your mailing information over, and we will get them to you, or Caleb's team will get them to you. Just send me your contact information and your name. And just so like Front Rock Fences, we'll need to know it's you. Now, if somebody else emails us,
if we get more than 5, we'll cross that bridge.
And we know roughly where they are. Front Rock Fences. So we know. Don't try to make us think you're Front Rock Fences.
We've got
We'll know.
AI technology.
We'll just cheat. We'll just feed it into Chat GPT and it'll tell us.
Yeah.
Is this the real Front Rock Fences? All right. It is an hour 10. So we're in and out of this thing. An hour flies. Absolutely does. Guys, if you have any last minute questions, comments, I would say concerns, but any questions or comments, let us know. Let's do this. Who will we see in 2 weeks and 2 days at FinTech? Let us know in chat.
Like
Yes.
1 week and 2 days.
Yeah.
It is 1 week and 2 days.
We have a week of work to get ready to go. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Just came to that realization. Yeah, we just have next week,
Yeah.
and then we leave a week from Monday to go down there.
Yep.
Oh, good grief. We'll talk about this offline, but there's like a shindig Tuesday night that we might want to go to. But so if you guys are going to be down at FinTech, let us know. We've got an Airbnb down there too. So we're showing up Wednesday afternoon. We'll be there Wednesday afternoon through Friday afternoon or Monday.
Like what?
Show floor opens Wednesday. We will be there Monday afternoon through Friday afternoon.
It's going to be great.
And
I'm
then
so excited.
We're hustling it back to Springfield because we will be live from the Ozark Fence location from Staining Expert Professional Wood Care Products Studio Saturday morning with the Nationwide team. So
Yeah, man.
it'll be a
How
busy
long
week.
after that before San Diego?
we'll basically have a week.
I think a week and a half. Or is it two?
in San Diego.
No,
it's how
because
many days?
we leave on a
2
Monday, right?
We don't. I don't know. I can check right now.
Busy. It's that time of year,
I
man. This
have
time
a
of
thing on
year.
a Sunday actually.
Every year it is busy
I have
this time of year.
My thing has Sunday. I can check. I have to.
Yeah, check the flight because I'm almost certain we're flying in on Monday, Tuesday, or to Social Media Marketing World.
Okay, the Airbnb has Monday through
Yeah.
Thursday.
Monday through Thursday.
That's what the Airbnb has.
Yeah, because Tuesday, Wednesday are the main days.
Okay.
Monday, if you have the all access, there's I don't even know how to describe them. I think we went to a couple of them. Like they're like the pre-seminars or something.
Yeah.
The workshops.
Workshops.
Tuesday,
something like that.
Wednesday's the main event, and then Thursday, we fly home. Be a whirlwind, but yeah. So anyway, it will be a busy few days. Michael Taylor. Anybody know this guy? I don't know. Must be a new viewer. Yeah, I don't know anyone by that name. But he will apparently be at FinTech. So Mr. Michael Taylor, if that's how I don't know if that's how we pronounce the name or not. No, we're saying all this because he's literally like sitting behind this wall.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, you want to strum a little bit? You want to strum that thing a little bit?
Not really.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'll show it to him though.
yeah. Just
This is a dusty Takamine classical guitar. So we got lots of guys here that play guitar, and I thought, why not have a guitar at work?
he can play this thing. He can play it pretty well. You were strumming for us earlier. But see, just that part is way better than I could do that
Mhm.
part.
Mhm.
So
I don't know the fence expert song.
oh, that was a good one.
C sharp minor. If that helps.
It's in C sharp minor.
I think so.
Is that it?
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
I think it's something like that. Yeah. I don't
All right.
know. I knew it at one point.
There we
See?
go.
I'm telling you, folks, he can play it. All right, guys. Let's see. Steve Moore said this is on the 50% gross profit. Started doing 50% gross profit after watching Tom Reber. It said the standard 35%. It's definitely helped us.
You got to change that language though. You stopped doing 35% and switched to the standard 50%.
Yeah, that's the way. And here's how I liken it, guys, or here's kind of how I explain how it's impacted our business. When we were doing 35%, we were in about a 1,200 square foot facility. It was about 400 square foot of offices and the remainder in shop and bathroom. It was a pretty tight fit. We started doing 50%. Opportunity came along to buy an additional set of buildings. Now we're in 12,500 square feet. That's the difference at 50% gross profit. I mean, it will give you room to grow your company.
Gives you options.
That's right. That's right. So 50%, I ought to have Tom Reber on, actually. Remind me to reach out to Tom and shoot him a text, see about having him on, because I think this is something to where if we can get more folks in on the 50%, just like understanding what it means, and calculating it is incredibly easy. I mean, it's all your cost of goods sold times 2.
Well, I think it's important for people to realize that the phone company, the power company, the Netflix, Chick-fil-A, all these businesses, they're running to 70, 80, 90, 95, 99% gross profit margin. So I think a lot of contractors feel like they're doing something immoral to charge a 50% gross profit margin. And it's not. It's actually ensures that you're going to be there to take care of your customer for the long haul. So
gives you room to grow. Also, one of the conversations we had last night was gives you room to market, gives you just resources to market your business to your current customers for maybe recurring revenue and future customers for new incoming revenue. 50% makes all the difference in the world. And in the past when we've talked about this, the pushback is, well, I can't take advantage of my customers. That would be taking advantage of my customers. Like, well, so here's my thought is you're kind of taking, and this is what Tom, this is not my thought. This is me parroting Tom really, where you're taking from your family then. You're taking away from your family because you're taking time away and you're taking resources.
A new pair of Nikes is probably a 200% gross profit margin, maybe 500%. I mean, an iPhone is probably 1,000% gross profit margin. So I disagree.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Stephen, I'm glad that you've made the change and it's impacted your business. I'm going to try to spread that word a little bit more. Have Tom on talk about 50%. It can absolutely change your business.
Absolutely.
Guys, I think we're going to wrap this up, put a bow on it. We will be coming live next week from the Expert Professional Wood Care Studios at Ozark Fence. Until next time, I'm Joe Everest. This is Caleb Roth, reminding you that a good fence makes good neighbors. That was good. That was